Welcome to Tic-Tac-Toe for Beginners Learn C++ Game Programming 4-part course. This course is designed for complete beginners who want to learn C++ by building a real playable game from scratch. Across 4 stages, we'll take a simple idea tic-tac-toe and turn it into a fully working console game. Each stage focuses on one core programming skill, and by the end of the series, you'll understand how real games are structured in code. In stage 1, you'll learn the basics of input and output, how to communicate with the player, and read their moves. In stage 2, we'll build the game board using arrays and simple rendering logic. In stage 3, we'll add the game loop that lets players take turns and interact with the board. And in stage 4, we'll finish the game by adding win detection and draw logic. Every video builds on the previous one, but each stage also stands on its own, so you can follow the full course or jump directly to the part you need. By the end of this series, you'll not only have a complete tic-tac-toe game written entirely in C++, but you'll also understand the core programming concepts behind it: variables, arrays, loops, conditions, and basic game logic. This is a hands-on course, and here on the screen you can see the final result of this stage. Then we'll build it step by step together. Let's get started. Welcome to stage 1, one of our tic-tac-toe beginner series. In this video we are starting from the absolute basics of C++, things like variables, input and output. These simple building blocks will become the foundation for the full game we will build together. In stage 1, we are focusing on 5 small but important topics. First, what a variable actually is. Then, how to show messages on the screen using cout. After that, how to read input from the player using cin. We will write our very first tiny program. And finally, I will explain why these basics matter for building tic-tac-toe. A variable is simply a box where we store information. Imagine the player chooses a number. We need a place to keep that number so the game can use it later. In C++, we create a variable by choosing a data type, giving it a name, and optionally giving it a starting value. For example, int is data type, number variable is a name, and 0 is the value. And just like ending a sentence with a full stop, every C++ statement ends with a semicolon. Output means showing something on the screen, and in C++ we use cout to talk to the player. It prints messages or numbers into the console window. For example, we can print a simple message or we can print the value of a variable. We can even combine text and variables in one line. This is how our game communicates with the player. Input is the opposite. It means reading something from the player. When we want the player to type a number, we use cin. It takes whatever the player types on the keyboard and stores it inside a variable. For example, we create a variable and then cin reads the player's number and puts it inside that variable, so we can use it later. Now let's combine everything into the smallest tic-tac-toe related program we can write. Our program will ask the player for a number, store that number in a variable, and then print it back to them. It's simple, but this is the first real step toward building the full game. Open your project in Visual Studio and let's start writing our game program. I will give you the structure of our main code. First, we need to include our header file to work with cout and cin. Type include IOStream. Then type using namespace std. We will talk about that in separate video. Continue with int main curly brackets. And don't forget to type return 0. this main is the entry point of any C++ program. To comment something, use // then print message to player. Then cout insertion operator, enter a number from 1 to 9. Use end line to move the cursor to new line. This will be more clear when we use cin to get player input on a new line. Let's run the program and test it. Okay, yes, the program just ended because we do not have cin yet. We have to create a variable to store the player input. This will be type integer and name number. We will not giving any value for now. We will get the user input and store it into the variable number we already created, type C in extraction operator number. Let's test again. You can see our program not end as waiting user input on a new line because of this end line we used in cout. And now we will enter number 5. Press enter to get the user input with cin and the program ended as executed, the last row returns 0, telling the program ends. Let's print the number we have entered, type cout insertion operator. Then we will print on the console your number is and the value of the variable number. Run the program again. Type 5 and you can see the program printing. Your number is 5. 5 is the value we have entered via cin and stored into the variable, then printed on the console with cout. This tiny program might look small, but it's the foundation of everything we'll build next. Before we can draw a board, switch players, or check for wins, we need to understand how to talk to the player, and that starts with variables input and output. And that completes stage 1. In the next video, we'll build the actual tic-tac-toe board using an array and print it on the screen. Just like today, we'll only introduce 3 new concepts, keeping everything super beginner friendly. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in stage 2.